everyone, it's Lisa. I'm going live again this afternoon. I wanted to talk a little bit about what's happening astrologically because there's a lot of weird planets in the sky, and I wanted to make sure that we talked about that. And I wanted to come on live so that people could ask questions in case they had questions about what we were talking about, okay? I wrote down some notes so that I could be really clear with what I say. Most of what I've been looking up astrologically in the next few weeks is just, I think the next few months, although we can react to it differently, we can change it differently. Remember, we always have free will. I want to talk a little bit about it because there are some things that are kind of be a little bit of a bumpy ride between now and the end of the year. In order to get notifications like this that I'm coming live and for people to know, I need you to subscribe down below and hit the bell for notifications. Hi, Jackie. And please share with your friends so I can get more people on. I've finished all the weekly signs, all the weekly, Sharon, hello. I finished all the weekly signs and the weekly readings. So they're all up on my website. So feel free to look for your sign, either as a water, earth, fire, or air sign. And they're all up. And today we're going to pull some angel cards, and I'll talk a little bit about some astrology that's happening. First, I want a big shout out to Sharon for donating to my channel, way above and beyond, Sharon. So thank you. You're very, very generous, and I'm very grateful, especially starting my new channel, to have such a that was just a kind gift. And any gift is nice. Any gift, even between $5 and you know, anything is a wonderful surprise to me because I just love what I do, and I'm here to just be able to continue to bring messages and live readings. So I'm really glad that you're all here. And I want to, like I said, I want to be able to ask questions. Never to worry. You're so sweet, Sharon. And that's what I told you, right, this morning. Do not worry. Things are going to absolutely work out for the best. So the two of you are on, and so I'll start with a little bit of what's happening astrologically. What we're coming into for the end of the year is really quite interesting. And so I wanted to go over it. Mars, as we've talked about, is in retrograde right now in Aries. Very fiery energy, obviously, and an energy that's unpredictable. Okay, a lot of the possibility, I think I just got bit by a bug. Sorry about that. The possibility of anger, resentment, rage, all that kind of stuff that we've been talking about. But now we're coming into a full moon on October 1st. And that energy is going to be here, that energy of letting go and releasing. So it's a really good time, even though we're in this Mars retrograde in Aries, to release and let go of some of that energy or that negativity that you may be feeling. But remember that it stays until November 13th, Mars in retrograde in Aries. So we're going through this whole election season really in this anger, resentment, rage kind of mode mentality. So things are going to get very hairy and very interesting. Also remember, however, though, in October, I think it's the 9th, I'm pretty sure it's the 9th, that we go into Mercury retrograde. And that combination is very interesting. It brings in a lot of unrest. It brings in a lot of anxiety, and it brings out a lot of secrets. So if things have been hidden from the truth, if you know, it could be you, it could be other people. You might find out secrets about other people. You may be willing to discuss your secrets or your hidden agenda with people you might feel comfortable with. But as soon as the two cross over each other, Mercury and Mars, as soon as they're both in retrograde together, which they will be as of the middle of October, you're going to see this unrest and this secrets. There's going to be a lot of anger, a lot of frustration, even more, a lot of unrest, and the normal things that go with a Mercury retrograde. Don't sign contracts. Don't buy any big purchases. Jackie, before the retrograde, you may want to get that house going, or at least enter into a contract prior to the retrograde, okay? Because anytime you sign for any big purchase, and I mean, this isn't, excuse me, certainly if you have to, I'm not saying don't, you know, I wouldn't stop the world because it's spinning. Certainly I wouldn't try to get off, but yeah, let me double check on the date. because I thought it was the 9th, but let me check when the next Mercury retrograde is. And I can let you know for sure. October 14th to November 3rd. So that's the last one of 2020 that will be in our midst. Okay, so confusion, delays, frustrations, email mistakes, frazzled travel plans. Mercury retrograde is a kind of energy where, and I don't know if you guys have done this, but you suddenly realized you sent the text to the wrong person. I've done that a few times, and I've had to back myself up. And sometimes it's not as easy as just saying, "Oh, I didn't mean to send that to you." Sometimes it's more about they get to see a side of you maybe that they didn't know existed. Say, for example, you were in a fight with a relative or with a brother, and there were words going back and forth, or a sister or a mother or whatever. And the person you were supposed to be texting, when you were texting about something else total, and they suddenly see this side of you. So you want to just be really careful during Mercury retrogrades. But it's an excellent time to reflect on the past. Mercury retrograde is all about the past. It's said that intuition is really high during this time period. So it's a really good time. Anything that begins with a retrace, reflection, past life regressions. It's a really good time to have it done. And let me see. I'm just trying to get the exact, yeah. Okay, so I did give you the exact date. Try to go with the flow during a Mercury retrograde. I am ruled by Mercury. I am a Virgo. Geminis and Virgos are ruled by Mercury. And so we tend to feel them extra strong, lucky us, and lucky Virgos and Geminis that are out there. But because we feel them so strongly, I think sometimes it's very easy to forget. I mean, it happens 3 times, sometimes 4 times a year that we go into this phase. And that doesn't happen for other people whose main sign may be Venus or one of the outer planets like Pluto or Saturn, because they go around and they retrograde like every 29 years. Mars is closer to the sun, so it's every 18 months that it goes retrograde. So Mercury is the closest, excuse me. So that's why it's every 3 or it's every 4 months. And it happens to be the ruling planet for Virgo and for Gemini. So keep an eye out for, let's see, someone could come back into to your life that is a previous lover. Someone could try to re-enter your life or show up since the last Mercury retrograde, or from a year or 2 ago, or years ago. And so just know that retro could also mean from your past. Okay, and that's really easy to remember. And that's true of Mars as well. And sometimes why we end up getting in these fights or this discord or this hostility with people that really don't have anything, if we really sat back, it's like, why am I doing this? Why am I having this discord? Why am I feeling uncomfortable, stressed, anxiety? And it's all because of the planets. The planets can do so much. And now we're going with the moon becoming full on October 1st. So we're going to have, as of the 14th of October, we're going to have Mars in retrograde in Aries, which is the planet of war, the planet of frustration, of anger. We're going to have Mercury in retrograde, which is all the reflection, all the looking back on the past. But it also includes sometimes miscommunication. Travel sometimes gets delayed. So there's lots of things that can happen along with that. So you're going to have a lot of big energies in the next 2 months. When we get to December, at the solstice, I wanted to talk about, because I wrote it down to get make sure I had all the correct information for you. But the solstice is the 21st, 22nd, depending where you are in the world. And yeah, I wrote it down. Hold on one second. The end of December, the winter equinox. Okay, so the solstice, of course, is summer, and in the winter and spring, it's called the equinox. And we're going to be going into the age of Aquarius. I know we've been talking about it for a long time, and everyone feels like we're already there. We are in the period before that time. But talk about a shift in dynamics. It's really going to feel like a lighter energy. It's not going to feel like you can cut it with a knife when there's any kind of tension. It's really going to be a nice feeling energy. So just wait, if we can make it till the end of the year. And we've handled a lot during 2020. It's not been a great year for a lot of different reasons, obviously. And as we go into 2020, it's going to be a much better year, a much lighter year, a lot more freedom in the things you can do. Okay, so I want you to be aware of that part. So now that I've touched kind of about the frustration stuff, how are you going to handle it? What's your plan? And that's important to get into place. Okay. I myself as a Virgo always have a plan when it's Mercury retrograde. I know if I travel, I have to, be extra careful when I'm driving, because there could be minor little accidents. Or I have to be careful I don't trip or bump into something and hurt myself. In retrogrades, sometimes you have to be careful that if you've signed a contract for something, that it's not something that's out of reach, out of your goal, out of your space that you can handle effectively. So just be aware of the dynamics of this, because between now and then October 13th and the new moon on the 1st of October, we have a whole lot of energy. And if you're feeling weird, and if you're feeling frustrated, or you're feeling anxious, you're not alone. And I'll be on here talking to you all the time about it. So it's just a matter of, like I've said many times, how you react to it. But I want to make sure that everybody feels that they're safe. There's nothing to be afraid of during these times. It's just that the atmosphere around us is going to feel a little awkward and a little bit off. Okay. Bianca, absolutely, you can ask a question. I want to remind everybody again to please leave me a thumbs up if you can. And also subscribe and hit the notification button so you'll be notified when I come on live like this. You'll know that I'm around and can answer questions. I can pull cards. Bianca, I can talk psychically to your angels and answer a question for you. So that's what the online, the live channels are for. So absolutely. What's your question, Bianca? I know there's a little bit of a time delay. Anyone else have a question also? Because I want to make sure that all these questions get answered. I'm looking at my cat. He follows me around the house. He's a long-haired mutt, really. I got him at the pound about 8 years ago. He was a very feral cat. And now he's just in love with me after 8 years, and he follows me around. So when I'm upstairs in my bedroom, he'll sit at the end of my feet. When I come downstairs, he sits on the couch. Right now, he's right at my feet while I'm doing this reading. And he's kind of got his belly open, total trust, which I love. Okay, Bianca, let's see. Will Tyler and I get married? Marriage is that's a hard thing to predict, because each person has free will. Okay, so you may have free will. Yes, I definitely want to get married. Tyler may have free will also. I can say that I do see you getting married. I don't see it until next spring. I feel like a lot of this virus is going to be behind us by the time you get married. But I do see a very solid, firm relationship, a firm foundation under your relationship. So I definitely think it can grow. So if that's something you want, I would count on that. Let me pull one of my angel cards here. I'm going to pull one of the romance cards and see what I get for you, Bianca, okay? Will Tyler and Bianca get married? Pay attention to the red flags is the card that came up. So I think you may be asking this question of me because it's come to your attention that there are some red flags and you're trying to decide whether or not you should be ignoring them. I always say pay attention to them. I say people always have a stronger sense of intuition, a sense of gut feeling than they think they do. So if you're hearing something kind of telling you something's up, or what does he do when he goes here? Or, if there's some kind of a red flag that's flashing to you, pay attention to it. Just communicate, ask the right question. get the answers you need. But I do feel like it's a good, strong foundation. I just think there are some things, and help me understand if that you're saying, yes, that's definitely yes. Financial red flags. Okay. So, really pay attention to them and figure out if there are things that you can work on and work out. Remember, I always consider everyone divine gods and goddesses, right? We're all here to have the best experience and the happiest of relationships, and you deserve nothing less. So don't forget that when you're busy taking care of other people, because the people that tend to come on to my readings, because I'm very intuitive and empathic, are people that are also very much givers and are intuitive. So make sure when you're doing all this giving that you're also getting something in return. Okay. Let someone put you on a pedestal for a change. It's not all about you making everyone happy. Okay. Well, I'm answering questions again. Make sure you subscribe. My YouTube, my home, what am I trying to say? My webpage is listed down below, where you can go and you can call me and sign up for personal readings, which I do. And my PayPal channel is also down below for donations of love, which help me buy new equipment and cards. And Sharon, you'll be happy to know I ordered 3 new decks today. Thank you so much. Sharon was kind enough to leave a donation today, and I'm very grateful. So Bianca says, thank you. It resonated. I'm glad. I think you're very intuitive. I think you just need to pay attention when you hear that little voice in your head saying, uh-oh, what's this? Do I need to pay more attention to this? Because since you're so intuitive, it's really important for you to pay attention and adjust accordingly. Okay. This is especially true during Mercury retrogrades, because it's a lot about miscommunication. So whether it's miscommunication in emails and texts, by telephone, sitting in person, things you can say something and somebody takes it a different way. And we know that's always true in texts and emails anyway, because we're not hearing the emotion behind the message. We're not hearing how the person's actually saying it. So just be extra careful during that time, Bianca. Okay. I'm so glad you asked the question. Brad the wreck. Okay. How soon will I be meeting my future spouse? Okay. I think that's the number one question that everybody wants to know. Is love coming into their life? This is, believe it or not, even though Mars is in retrograde in Aries, this is also a time because Saturn is also retrograde, Venus is retrograde, when love can come into our life unexpectedly. So about marrying your future spouse, I don't know. I feel like you're already in a relationship, Brad. Is this true? Oh, meeting. You want to know when you're going to meet your spouse. Okay. Did you just get out of a relationship then, Brad? Yay to new cards, Sharon. I ordered some today. Thank you for your generosity. It helps me expand my channel. So there'll be lots of new things that come in the months ahead. So I'm very grateful. Jackie, can I get a card pulled? Absolutely. Brad, I want to answer your question. You're looking at a house tomorrow. I will send good vibes, Jackie, for sure. You got the dates. And no, you're single. Oh, you don't have to be upset about it. Let's pull a card so you know when somebody's going to be coming in. I do feel you will be with someone, or you will be in a relationship with someone by the end of this year, by December. A lot of things are going to change in December. So maybe at the time when we're switching over to, getting out of Mars retrograde in November, getting out of Mercury retrograde, and I think the post shadow goes until December 24th. So after that is the time when things are really going to start to settle down. A lot of the planets that are in retrograde now are going to be coming back out of retrograde. So it's really a time for meeting somebody right after the holidays, before New Year's, right after New Year's. I do feel like someone will introduce you to this person that you're going to meet. So I don't feel like you're going to, you need to be online or anything. I feel like the person you're going to meet is going to be a connection from the past. So when I say the past, I'm thinking this is not someone but from past life is what I'm hearing. So if this is somebody from your past life, you're going to feel very comfortable with them. Those relationships are always ones where they're coming back specifically to teach lessons to each other. You're meant to be together to work through a lesson or to be together forever. So if you're wanting to be married, really pay attention to somebody that comes into you that I'm hearing who has been married before, may have a child or two. And I'm hearing that this person will quickly feel like you've known them forever. Kind of a soulmate feeling. It's lovely. But let me pull a card, Brad, for you and see what I get. In the romance deck, I got retreat. Okay, so this to me can be taken a number of ways. If someone is in a relationship, the retreat can mean go away together because they're walking away from the front of the card, right? But for me, I'm hearing this is not a time to take control. This is not a time to try to plan out everything. This is a time to go with the flow. While Mars is in retrograde in Aries, while we're coming into the Mercury retrograde, while the full moon, this is a plan of releasing and letting go of things that no longer serve us and allowing the universe to bring us in things that it's meant to bring us in. So definitely go with the flow. Don't try to control a situation because it's going to backfire on you, is what I'm hearing psychically. Okay, Brad? So that might be trying to push a relationship that's not meant to happen right now. By retreat, take a step back, take a deep breath, and know that the universe has your back and they will be bringing someone in for you. It's just a matter of when. Okay? I hope you'll subscribe to my channel so you can always come on and see. Subscribe and hit the notification buttons, thumbs up if you liked it. And so you can definitely come back when I do the mediumship as well, because I feel like there are people that would love to speak with you. Okay? I'm subscribed. Good. Have you put the notifications too? Because then you'll know when I come on Sunday to do a full mediumship reading, and I'll be able to bring through some of your loved ones, which is great. Jackie, great. Thank you, Brad. I appreciate the support. I've had a channel for many, many years, and then I let it go. And so now I'm starting over again, which is always lots of fun, starting over, right? Perfect. I waited till it was the new moon in Virgo, which was the 17th of September, which happens, I'm a Virgo. So it was the perfect time to start something new, to manifest, to make it grow. So this is the good time for me. I just need support from my subscribers. So thank you. Jackie, what kind of card would you like pulled? Do you want a romance card? Would you like a card from the Light Seers Tarot deck? I'm so glad, Brad. There are a lot. Yeah, definitely watch on Sunday then, because I'll be here. And right now there are so few people. There's less than 100 people that have subscribed. So because of that, the people that come on get more questions answered and so forth. So as you get busier and busier, or as the channel will get busier and busier, it'll be more of kind of choosing who I will do or who I'm hearing from. Right now, you'll definitely get messages. So no romance. Do you have a question, Jackie? And that'll help me pinpoint which deck to use. What time will be on this Sunday? I never know. It's usually in the morning. So I would keep an eye out in the morning. I tend to wake up and my angels kind of push me in this direction because sometimes there are people that need to get messages. And Sharon, I'm definitely going to be on first thing Monday morning for you. So keep an eye out for that. And will I get a house? Okay, perfect. Let's see. I think I'm just going to use the Rider Waite deck for that, Jackie. And let me shuffle. Now that's interesting. There's a card in here from another deck, and I haven't touched this deck today, so that's interesting. Let me shuffle, Jackie, and then I'll pull a card. You're so welcome, Sharon. I think that'll help. I'm hoping it'll help relieve a little bit that you're going through to kind of give you a little boost. Hey, Say, it's good to see you again too. I'm glad you're here. If you have a question, you can post it. I'm pulling cards to answer questions, and I'm also at the beginning. You may want to go back and re-listen because I talked a lot about astrology and what's happening in the astrological in the sky, what's happening, how it's affecting us energy-wise and psychologically, and how to deal and how to cope, etc. That's my card too. Oh, okay. You want me to read that one? That's so interesting. Okay. It's King of Swords. So Swords is all about truth. In this particular deck, this is the Light Seers deck, Jackie. And so the swords are always crows. He's got a sword down by his side. So it's almost like you're ready. This king is in charge. So I feel like this may be the house for you, because I feel like this king is just kind of looking around. He's got the mountains in the background, but he's not in any hurry to move. And look at the owl, the wiseness of the owl. So I feel like the house you're going to look at is really going to hit a lot of the buttons that you're looking for. It may not be perfect, but I feel like it's going to be a strong card. I think both of you are really going to like the house. So I hope he's going with you to see it tomorrow. If not, I hope it happens quickly, because I do feel like getting you into a contract by the time Mercury retrograde comes around on the 13th of October is important to make sure everything goes smoothly for you. It's not that you're not going to get the house if you're not in a contract by October 13th. All that means is when it's retrograde is sometimes things can be more difficult. Maybe something may come up with the bank where you have to provide more information, or something may come up with the inspection, that kind of thing. So the angels don't open the doors as freely when we're in Mercury retrograde. And so it's always a good idea to sign contracts and so forth before that. But this is a card of contemplation. He's ready to go. And I feel like you're that way as well. So I'm glad you said that. You're both going and might be looking at another one. Good. I really feel like this may be your weekend that you find something. I'm hearing psychically that it's very close. So I feel like the next 1, 2, or 3 houses that you look at, you're going to find one that you really love. And you can always jump on when I jump on like this and let me know. Okay. Let me know how you make out, or if you have any questions. So who else has a question for me? If you can give me a thumbs up, that would be great. Leave a comment down below if there's anything you'd like me to discuss. In any of these videos, when I'm either live or recording, I'm going to be doing a video on, you're welcome, Jackie. My pleasure. Good luck with the house hunt. It'll be a good weekend. I can feel it. So what I was going to say is, whether I'm doing it by recording or whether I'm doing it live, I'll always, I totally lost my train of thought, which is also Mars and Aries. So if you ever feel out of focus or confused, that's also a sign that Mars is in Aries. It really messes with our heads and makes us feel like we're a little bit out of touch with reality. Jackie, you look around. I always look at the first house and buy it. Sharon, that's interesting. Isn't that funny? We're all so different when it comes to that. I have to say that kind of reminds me of a story with my daughter, who's grown now. She's 33, but I took her. She's a terrible shopper, and I was dreading taking her to find a prom dress. This is years ago when she was 17 and in high school for her senior prom, because she wants to see absolutely everything. She doesn't want to find something that she loves and just stick with it. She wants to make sure that this is absolutely the right one, and there might be something better. So let's go check this out. So we did every single store that you could possibly think of. And don't you know, we came back and we bought, she wanted the very first dress that she tried on. So 5 hours later, we could have settled on the first dress, but she's just, she's the kind of person that likes to definitely look around. And some people, Sharon, it sounds like you always buy the first one. If it fits and if it meets your needs, it's it, and you just have a feeling about it. And that's trusting your gut, right? Trusting your intuition. So absolutely. Sharon, you can be added. Jackie says, Sharon, the market is so tough right now. We lost a bid. I know, Jackie, you were telling me. And Sharon, it's tough where she is, because everybody's competing and they're bidding. They're at the point where they're bidding higher than the marketplace, which makes it very difficult if you have a budget to know how to stay within your budget, right? How to know how to bid. Sharon says, my daughter tried on the first wedding dress. That's the one she bought. So your daughter's the same way. My daughter eloped, so I missed the whole wedding, unfortunately. My only daughter eloped. I still bring that up all the time. I didn't get to plan a big wedding. So I always tell my son, I threaten my son, who's in his late 20s, if you get married, you make sure that I'm part of it. I'm in the wedding. I come to the church. I want at least one of my kids to get married so that I can see. But that's really funny, Sharon. So you're very different. And your daughter's, everybody is different in how they buy things. My daughter's just one that I think she looked at, I can plan it. Okay. I love to plan stuff like that. I'm a planner. I'm a Virgo. Are you kidding me? That's right up my alley. And that is why I mentioned to Sharon earlier. No, it wasn't. I don't know if it was Sharon. No, it was, who was it? Brad, not to control things, because anyone who's ruled by Mercury, when we go into Mercury retrograde, we tend to want to control because that's what we do. That's what Virgos do. That's what Geminis do. That's what Capricorns do. We tend to want to control things. And this is a time that you shouldn't, controlling doesn't help. Sharon says, I planned, decorated. Hi, Maria. Glad you came on board. Hit the subscribe button and the notification button. So you'll know when I come on for live streams, live videos. And on Sundays mornings, usually I always do a live mediumship readings where people can come on and ask to talk to their loved ones. So welcome. And I'd love to have you subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Sharon says, I planned, decorated, and everything for her wedding. I tried to get her to elope, but she wouldn't have it. Sharon, that's so funny. So for me, I got a phone call. Guess what, Mom? We're married. And I'm like, I mean, they were in Europe. They were in the moment. They were at Stonehenge. I get all that. I do understand all that, but I feel like I missed out. I want the wedding, but I'm not looking forward to planning it. I will help you, Jackie, if you'd like, because I love to plan things. I am the biggest control freak there is, basically. So, or in one of the signs, Virgo is big into control. So that means we like to plan. We plan trips, we plan things. So that's why it's very easy for me, being Mercury ruled, to plan around a Mercury retrograde because I remember things. And Sharon says she's going to help you too. So just come on this channel and we'll all help you. How's that? So you want to be added, Sharon. Did you want to ask a question, Sharon Q? Because I noticed you're here. Maria, do you have a question for me? And M say, do you have a question? You wrote that we eloped and then had a big wedding with family later. It was much less stressful that way. I know, that's what my daughter said too. But just as a mom, I really wanted that wedding. I wanted to be able to help plan it. I wanted to see my daughter in my wedding dress that I had saved. And no, it hasn't been used at all. So it's sitting in my basement. Hopefully my son will marry someone that might be interested in having a piece of my wedding gown at least. So Jackie, you ladies are the best. That's great. Say, Maria, anyone who's joining, feel free to ask questions. I'm live. I have all my decks here, so I can definitely pull cards and answer any questions you might have. Okay. Will I meet my life partner? Absolutely. When will I meet my life partner? It's funny because I go into January and February for you, Sharon Q. I don't feel like as soon as we hit the end of Mercury retrograde, the end of December, I don't feel someone coming in for you. I feel like you're going to be invited to an event with a friend, and the friend is going to have a friend that they introduce you to. That's how I feel like you're going to meet somebody. So it's not too far away. 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4 or 5 months, I'd say, that you'll be meeting somebody. And he's going to be very, or they're going to be, I shouldn't necessarily say they're going to be very much, again, kind of like a past life love. So it's going to feel very comfortable right from the word go, which is really nice when you have that kind of a relationship. I feel like you can jump right in without the nerves of it's not getting to know each other, because you're going to get to know each other over again, but it's not without the nerves of the first date or the second date or the third date. It's kind of like you meet and then you're together and you're off doing things together and planning days, etc. And that's the kind of person you'll be meeting. And I feel like it's in January or February, Sharon. So I would watch for maybe even New Year's Eve. Watch for any parties you get invited to. I know we're not doing a lot because of everything that's happening in the world and in our country right now, as far as going out and meeting people, but I do feel like you'll be meeting this person through a friend. Okay. And they will be, should you both decide, you have free will, but I right now I see you both wanting to have this life partner and being together for a long time. So that's really cool. Did you want me to pull a card about that? A romance card? And M say, oh, that's right. You did say that. I'm sorry, hon. I did see your question. Let me pull a romance card for Sharon Q real quick. And then M say, I will definitely answer yours. Okay. This is Doreen Virtue's deck. I don't think she makes them anymore because she is now born again. And so she doesn't believe in tarot or oracle cards or so forth. But I want to definitely pull a card for you. Sharon Q, I'm pulling a card for you. Give your relationship a chance. So once, look at how close these are. This is an angel that's holding this woman. And they're just, I mean, he's looking at her so adoringly. Give your relationship a chance. I know you can't see that the wording is backwards, but to work on a partnership that comes through. So wait for it to come through. Give it a chance to come through. Let the universe control when this person comes through. You don't need to control it. Okay, Sharon Q? And so know that this person, when they come through, they'll be ready to be in a relationship just like you're ready to be in a relationship. Okay? So if you have other questions, though, let me know. But that's a really nice card to draw for a relationship or a pending relationship. You have Doreen Virtue's angel cards. Oh, you do, Sharon. Great. I have a lot of them, actually. I have Archangel Raphael for medical or stress questions, things like that. I have a lot of her cards. I think I began with them like 35 years ago. That's how I started. So yes, please. So Sharon, I pulled the card. I hope you like what I pulled. Would you think it's new ex? It's not an ex person that's coming back. It's just someone that you knew, quote unquote, in another lifetime. So you have things to work on in this lifetime, and getting together again in a relationship is the way to work on those things that are coming through. So I don't feel like it's an old partner, except it could have been an old partner from another life. I don't think it's somebody you know in this lifetime. Okay? I hope that answers your question. So let's see. MC, I'd like to know what my guys want me to work on. Okay, let me ask that question. Pull a card for you here. I'm going to use a Rider-Waite deck and pull a card. Thank you, Sharon. I'm so glad you're here. I hope you subscribe so you can come to our Sunday. And as soon as I get up to 1,000 people, I'll be pulling for a free reading, and someone will get a free reading. Every time I reach 1,000, that's my goal. And I'm on every day with a recorded message. I've just finished the weeklies for each of the elements: earth, water, fire, and air. So they're all up and posted as well. And I lots of times just come on, just like this. When I feel the urge, or when the angels say you need to get on, there's some people that want to talk to you. So that's why I'm here. So let's see, let's see what your guides want to say. I'm going to pull 2 cards, actually, and it didn't want me to pull those. So let's go back again. I'm going to pull this card, and this one's already half out. So let's see what we get. Interesting. The Hermit, which is the Virgo card. It's coming into Mercury season, right? The Hermit, when you go within yourself, the light is shining very brightly. So this is sometimes a card that I pull when somebody is doing a lot of thinking, doing a lot of introvert, kind of, pulling themselves back and thinking a lot, staying within themselves. And I think we're all kind of hermits at this point. We're being forced to be hermits. But I think this is also a little bit mental, a little bit in your head kind of thinking, and staying away and being by yourself. You're happy the way you are. You don't mind the fact that you're staying in. And I think when your ex comes in, you're really going to be happy. But right now, it's okay to be alone and to find out new things about yourself and learn about yourself. And I always say, work on some shadow work when you're by yourself. Shadow work is the opposite of what we manifest, the shadow work of the things within ourselves. Like for me, being such a control freak, my shadow work is working on that controlness, working on letting the universe flow, working on letting the universe bring things into me. Because when that happens, magic happens. And I can thank Sharon for that today, the magic, Sharon Ziegler. And, but if you don't push, that's my shadow work. So I really have to work on that every day. And by working on it, I mean just being aware that I do it and being conscious of it and trying not to do it for the day. And sometimes that's a big challenge, but the Hermit is a good card for that. Your guides are also telling you about the Two of Wands. And if you look at this picture, he has the world in his hands. It's a beautiful picture. All of the element, all of the discourse or the mountains or the things the challenges that are coming up are all on his side. They're not looking forward where he's looking. He's got one wand behind him, which shows he's been working on himself. He's grounded, and he's holding another wand, which has little leaves coming out of it. So it's growth, it's new growth. But the world is yours. Okay. And you may find this the more you think and the more you work on your shadow work or enjoy your time alone, that you may find things that really make a big difference for you and make you happy because you have the world. It's right here. You're very grounded. So these are lovely questions. And lovely answers. I think your guides are telling you to work on yourself, but to enjoy the things the universe brings into you as well. Okay. Don't think too hard. That's what they're telling me, the angels. Okay. I hope that helped, hon. Let's see where I left off. It's an X, Sarah. Yeah. Do I need to get a private reading? Oh, with all the people? Why don't you come on Sunday when you get the notification and see if the people you want to talk to come through for you. And if they do, then you'll be all set. If you would like to do a private reading, I have people that do private readings with me all the time, and I'm happy to do that. You can go to my website, which is listed below at northernlights.one. It talks about the kind of readings I do, and we can always schedule something for a full mediumship reading if that's what you'd like. But I would recommend coming on Sunday first and seeing if that fulfills your needs. It's not that I don't want to do a reading for you. It's just the angels are telling me that I think the people you want will come through. I'm definitely I hope that answered your question, Sarah. You were looking at the site. Okay. Well, if you'd like to do a reading, just give me a call. Obviously not when I'm live, but afterwards, and I'll be happy to talk to you about setting up a reading time for a full mediumship reading if you'd like to do that. Okay. So let's see where I left off. Sharon Hughes, give me the thumbs up and a heart. Thank you, hon. I'm definitely all in my head all the time working on that. Yeah, that's kind of what I was pulling. And that's that's what the hermit is saying too. The guides are saying you are pulling within, but there is a light. There is the chance for you to come out. You don't have to always be in your head. But right now it's very healing for you to be in your head is what I'm hearing. You did a reading and it was right on the mark. That's awesome. Who did you do a reading for, Sharon? I think Brad asked the questions. Any messages from my guides? Let me ask Brad while I'm waiting to hear from Sharon. Any messages that the guides and his angels would like to give Brad? Getting out of your head is a big one, and it's hard to do. Oop, too many cards on that one. They're very slippery today for some reason. I'm not sure why, but we'll give it one more chance here. Okay, Brad, I'm going to pull a card. I'll pull two cards with the Rider-Waite deck. I usually pull two cards. So let's see what your guides have to say. Interesting choice of cards. Wow. Okay, so I got the Tower and I got the Ace of Cups. Total bipolar, total opposites. The Tower doesn't necessarily mean something horrible is going to happen. People always panic when they see the Tower. The Tower just means on something unexpected is going to throw you for a loop. Okay, this could be something like, oh gosh, I'm at work and I need a pencil and the pencil sharpener broke here and now I have to go, into another building to get my pencil sharpened. That could be a Tower moment. A Tower moment could also be something major. Like it's never about death. Okay. The Tower moment, the Tower, is ruled by, who is the Tower ruled by? I want to say Capricorn, but anyway, the Tower moment that is coming for you, I feel like is not going to be a major Tower moment. Sometimes it could be a breakup in a relationship. It can be something, a car accident, a minor car accident. It's not death. You don't have to worry. But there's something unexpected is going to be coming your way. And it's not going to be like unexpected money or anything like that, because it is the Tower. It is showing that it kind of hits you like a lightning bolt. So something's going to be out of left field. Maybe you hear news about somebody that you were surprised to hear from, that kind of thing. So it is unexpected. But the other card that we drew is the Ace of Cups, which is amazing energy. This is a brand new beginning. So maybe this Tower is going to hit And maybe you're going to move. Maybe your landlord's going to tell you you have to move. Maybe something comes up like that, and then they have the new beginning where wherever you're going, the waters are calm. Cups are all about emotions, and the hand is just handing you this brand new beginning. The universe is handing you this brand new beginning. So if the Tower comes and it's a Tower moment, it is upright when I pulled it, which means it hasn't happened yet. But like I said, not to worry about it, okay? I'm hearing very clearly from your guides, you don't need to worry. But the Ace of Cups will say brand new beginning, brand new emotions, brand new feelings. We're coming up to the full moon on the 1st, which could be part of your letting go. Maybe it's letting go of somebody who's toxic. Maybe it's letting go of a toxic relationship or somebody at work that's toxic, or letting go of a job that's toxic. But the new beginning is going to be right behind it, Brad. And your angel guides are saying that very clearly. Okay, the waters are calm. It's beautiful. And the Ace of Cups is a gorgeous card for growth, for compassion, for love. Okay, so I hope that helped, Brad. I hope that answered what your guides wanted to tell you. And you're reading. Yes, I'm sorry. I thought you meant you did a reading. I got it. You did. Yes, you came to me for a reading, and it was perfect, right on the mark. That's always such a blessing. And I know there's other people on here that have had readings with me. So thank you for mentioning that. I love what I do, and I think that's why people enjoy the readings so much. Is it always comes from my heart. The readings. It always comes from a place of love and compassion and the need to help people feel better. I just really think sometimes we need somebody in our life to reassure us or give us validation, and that's what I try to do every day. So thank you, Sharon. Thanks for mentioning that. M. Say says, I agree. I started a gratitude journal and my energy has been so good lately. That's wonderful. A gratitude journal is awesome. And I don't know if you do this the same way. My gratitude journal, as soon as I wake up in the morning, I write something, whatever it is. It's almost become automatic writing for me, where the angels are writing through me. But for you, for anybody, it can be just a place to put down your ideas, to put down pieces of dreams you might remember, all the things you're grateful for as soon as you wake up. And the more you are grateful, the more the universe will continue to bring you things. So I think that's an awesome thing to do, I think the gratitude journal is perfect, and your energy has been so good. And I'm also hearing that really positive things are coming to you. Your angels are telling me that there have been a lot of really positives in your life recently. And I would owe it all to the gratitude journal, because it's amazing that it's kind of like a vision board, creating a vision board at a new moon. It's time. I need to do another one. Because everything that's been on my vision board, I just did the last of them. I just did the last completed the last vision on my vision board. It came true. So I really believe in them the same way I believe in gratitude journals and prayers and manifesting. And if anyone ever has questions about that or things I can help you with, I love to do that kind of work. So Sarah's saying, do I need a private reading about my ex-husband in the court case? Let me see. I'm just thinking out loud here. I'm trying to get an answer from your angels, Sarah. I mean, I think you get a lot of specifics when you do a private reading, more so than here on a live chat, only because I don't like to invade anyone's privacy in front of other people. I'm very strict about that and sharing any information with other people. So I think it's a really, it's nice to get a reading. I think anyone who's had one from me will say they enjoy my readings. They're always very loving, very kind. I only work in white light energy. But you can always come on every day or anytime that I'm doing a live like today and get a card pulled for you. So it's up to you. If you decide, like I said, you'd like to do a reading, I'm happy to do one for you. If not, then if you'd rather do it this way, then I'm happy to answer questions that you have. Hi, Queen. How are you, John? It says, hey there, can I please ask for your brief insight into my future spouse? That's kind of been the question of the day today. I'm going to go to the angel, the romance angel cards by Doreen Virtue, and everyone's asking about spouses. I feel like, too many cards. I feel like this is a time, excuse me, This is a time when we're really going through a lot of changes with the planets the way they are. And Queen, you may want to go back and listen to the beginning of this, because I talked a lot about what's happening astrologically. And the way the planets are and so forth, we're feeling very alone and isolated. And I mean, I think with everything that's going on in the world, that's perfectly normal, perfectly natural. I am well. Thank you, hon. Thank you for asking. And you reconsent into my future spouse. I do feel like, are you with someone now, Queen? Because I have someone around you who cares a lot about you. Are you with somebody now? Well, she's waiting. Is there anyone else also that has a question and I can get things? I'm currently single. Okay. You must have just ended a relationship pretty recently, because I still have the person kind of in your auric field. So has it been only a short amount of time that you've been without someone, that you've been single? I am going to keep shuffling. This will be for Queen that I'll pull a card about her love life and when I split up with my ex a year ago. So you've been alone for a year, or have you been dating? Because I feel like there's somebody around you who still cares for you. I don't know if this is your ex, but during Mercury retrograde, that's the time quite often that exes come back. So don't be surprised if he comes up in a way, either by chat or by something on Facebook or text, if you do all those kinds of things. Dealing in that time, but nothing serious. Okay. Dating. Yeah, nothing serious. But I do feel like somebody really cares about you. So this may be your ex. This may be somebody that's going to be coming back. Let's pull in a card and see what I come up with, Queen, for you. I got deception. So the deception card is someone's not telling you the truth. Smoke and mirrors. Okay. So I don't know if this could be your ex that I'm pulling on. I'll pull another card because I really feel like this might have been somebody that, or it might have been somebody recently that you met that really kind of pulled the wool over your eyes and it made you feel very vulnerable. Your angels are saying not to expect that from the next person you meet, though. That deception is going to go away. And I am going to pull another card for you, okay? Because they're not hiding behind a mask anymore. When you meet this person, they're not going to be hiding behind a mask. Got the reconciliation card. So the way your guys were talking to me, I feel like your ex may be coming back in, or someone that you dated that you didn't give enough of a chance to may come back in. Could also be a reconciliation with a good friend. Maybe you've had a fight, or a family member. It doesn't necessarily have to be a spouse. The angels often give messages that you need to hear, not always what you want to hear. So you split with your ex. So it was your decision, but it might be a reconciliation. Someone may be coming back to reconcile with you, or it could be just that you're having trouble with someone in your family, which is what the angels are telling me. And you will begin to start talking again. You will work through things, definitely. Queen, I noticed you here the other day. I hope you've subscribed and hit the notification button so that I can definitely read for you on Sunday. I think it would be good. The mediumship read that I do on Sunday morning is really great for answering people's questions and bringing loved ones out into everyone's lives. The energy is always wonderful. Thank you so much. I've subscribed. I'm glad. And hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when I go live for the mediumship. Okay, hon? And down below, you'll also find my website. Sarah, I know you said you've already checked everything out. Like I said, you can feel free to contact me for a reading. I do private readings. I know a lot of people who are on YouTube don't. I always have. I've done private readings as a third generation medium and psychic for over 30 years now, 35 years. Oh, you're so sweet, Queen. Thank you so much. Let me know. Come back on and let me know if this reconciliation takes place. I know it seems really far-fetched right now. So you can check out my website below. You can also check out the PayPal tab for donations of love if anyone feels so inclined to help me buy new equipment, keep this channel running, and also to buy new cards. Like I said, Sharon was generous and donated this morning, Sharon Ziegler, and I ordered 3 new sets of cards, so I'm really excited, and that just means I get to bring you folks more excitement as well, because the reading sometimes from a fresh new deck of cards is amazing. So I'm really excited about that, and can't thank her enough. And Queen, You're so welcome. Does anyone have other questions? I know I think I've answered a lot of questions, but I'm happy to answer anything else while I'm here. Sarah, let me know what you'd like to do. I don't think I pulled you a card though, did I? Would you like a card? Brad says yes. Okay, you have another question? Is that what that means, Brad? What's your other question that you'd like to ask him? And somebody asked me on Facebook what my shirt says, and it actually says, "Be your own kind of beautiful." T-shirt. Just comfy today. Just being comfy on a Friday. Anyone have any more questions? Please share out this video to people or share out my YouTube channel if you can. I'd like to get to 1,000 people so I can offer a free reading. And it's always slow in the very beginning, so I continue to make as many videos as I can to talk about astrology. Next week, at the beginning of the week, I will be doing a video on how to sage. I do house cleansings, and I think people would like to know what kind of materials they can use to sage their home, how to actually do it. It's very simple. How to remove negative energies and so forth. So that will be coming up at the beginning of the week, and you'll be notified when I come live to do that as well. Brad, should I be expecting an apology from a person from my past? I don't know if you can expect it because it's really up to the person's free will if they're going to apologize. I think your angels are telling me you definitely deserve an apology. So I'm hoping that this person is a big enough person to actually step forward and apologize, because I think you could benefit from it, and I think it's something that you'd be really happy if it happened. The angels are just saying it's a free will thing, and whether or not they're a big enough person to do so is really going to depend on them, right? But I would think that since you deserve it, and if you want to keep in contact with the person, maybe getting in touch and see what they have to say. We don't always have to sit back and wait. I know a lot of people say, well, I contacted them last. But it doesn't matter, does it? If you're in a relationship, it doesn't matter who contacted who last, or if there was a fight, who said the last thing, or who was the maddest, or they owe me an apology. Or you have to remember what's the best possible outcome, right? Would be to get back with somebody that you still care about, if that's what you plan on doing. Does it matter who made the first move? No. Does it matter who sent the first text? No. So don't let your pride get in the way of your happiness, is what the angels are saying, okay? I'm not sure who needed to hear that, but it's out there. Say, if you could, what do I have coming in love? Absolutely. Let's see. You have someone now in your life, say. You have somebody that is in your life? Or are you single at this moment? So I have somebody that's close to you, and I'm trying to determine if this is somebody new coming in or somebody that you're already with. You do. You have somebody. Okay, so I'll pull a couple of cards on this relationship. I feel like you do a little bit. And if I know you love each other, but I feel like he's the kind of person that comes close, and then gets too happy, gets too afraid, and then pulls away. That's the kind of energy I'm getting. And I don't know if that's what he's been doing, but talking to him about it is a really good idea, but not making it about him would be really good. So not saying, I'm not sure you realize that you do this, but it hurts my feelings, but instead making it about, hey, you know what? Sometimes we're really, really close, and sometimes we feel really distant from each other. How can we work on this together? Because someone is much more apt to talk to you and work on things if they're not feeling the blame, right? If they're not feeling that someone is saying, you do this, and do you realize you do this? Instead of, I notice that this is happening with our relationship. How can we work on it together? And someone's going to be much more open to the possibility of working on it. Does that make sense, Say? I'm going to pull 2 cards. Okay, I'm drawn to these 2. So let's see what we get. A new love, interesting, and chemistry. So when I pull new love, yes, it does. Yeah, the pulling away and the coming forward. Are you trying to make a decision on whether or not you're going to stay? Because that's what I'm hearing, is that there's a decision that needs to be made. Are you trying to make a decision if this person is someone you want to stay with? Yes. Okay. Because I feel, I mean, it's always free will, and it doesn't mean that this person is not going to change, but I feel like you're a person that is a fixer, like many empaths or intuitives that come on. And when you're a fixer, we tend to want to make things better and not necessarily leave them. If you should decide that you're going to leave, you have free will, of course. You can stay and work hard and make it work. And the angels are saying, yes, it will work, but it's a lot of hard work ahead. Okay. Or you can leave for this new love that's here pictured. You haven't met this person yet. You can see him on the ground here, and you can't see his face. That means you haven't met him at all yet. But there is a really, really strong chemistry with the partner that you're with. So I think that's why it makes it so difficult to actually say, yes, I want to leave, or yes, we're not right for each other. I think the chemistry is very strong between the two of you. So you have a tough decision ahead. It doesn't mean you can't have one without the other, but it does mean that for the angels to bring in a new love, you would have to leave behind someone that you're not happy with. So the chemistry is really good, but is he fulfilling all your needs? Is he emotionally fulfilling your needs, which is kind of what I'm hearing that he's not doing by pulling away the way he pulls away. Kind of leaves you in the lurch, not knowing what to do. So if that's the case, you've got some thinking to do. Okay, there is no right or wrong answer, and the angels won't give you the answer. That has to come from you and your free will. Okay, but the chemistry is definitely there. Okay, any other questions? Again, I'm hoping all of you have subscribed and gone to my webpage down below. Thank you all for your time. It's a little over an hour. Makes perfect sense. I'm glad, I'm saying, and really think about it and think about your needs, not just theirs. Okay, because you also have the right to have something that is perfect for you, right for you. Okay, I mean, there's no perfect person, but there can be a really loving and kind and generous relationship between two people where both people are giving 100% instead of you giving 110% and someone else giving 40 or 50%. You deserve better than that, your angels are telling me. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for coming today for this live. Oh, Princess, hi. Can you ask a question? Absolutely. You're new here. Welcome to my channel. I haven't seen you before. Feel free to subscribe, hit the notification button so you'll get notified when I do go live. I do readings like this where I pull cards. I do recorded readings every day. I'll pull a card for every single sign. I also do weekly element signs like earth, wind, fire, and water for all of the different signs. And on Sunday mornings, if you have subscribed and you hit the notification button, I also do, I come on and I do a live mediumship show. And I pull or helped bring loved ones and their messages through, hiccups, bring messages through for everybody that is around. So it's definitely worth signing up for and joining. And please share with your friends and share the channel out there. And Princess, what's your question, hon? I'm happy to answer it. Sure. May I ask what's next for me in love? Yes, I just put the love cards away. Today is a day of love, but let's pull them out again. These Adoring Virtues romance cards. And let me ask for Princess, looks like Princess Ni. Or Nai. And if it's Princess Ni, it makes me think of Monty Python. Is that coming from Monty Python, or is this the beginning of your name? Well, I'm shuffling these for Princess Ni and asking what's next for her in love. I see someone around you as well already, Princess Ni. Are you in a relationship now, or do you have somebody that you're hanging with? It's the beginning of my name. Oh, okay, there you go. It makes me think of me, from, I don't know if you've ever watched Monty Python. But welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you joined the channel. And If you like the reading, give me a thumbs up. Leave comments on things you would like to learn about. Maybe you would like a session where I teach you about your angels and how to reach your angels. And you can get a reading on mediumship if you are notified on Sunday. Whoever's here will get that. So I'm getting to know new people currently online. Okay. Because I feel like there's someone around you that's is paying special attention to you and is around you more in, I feel like there's a couple of people that really kind of have a friend vibe for me, but there is a person that you're attracted to and they're attracted to you and you're starting to develop that. So let's pull on that and see if how this person comes through for you. I'm going to pull 2 cards in the romance deck for Princess Ni. Oh, interesting. So I got release your ex. So I don't know if there's somebody that you were in a relationship with and you're still thinking about them or comparing people to them, which is normal. It's very normal. We all do it. Even if you're the one that broke up with somebody, it's very easy to say, gee, when you're dating somebody, you're so used to falling in the routine from the past and saying, gosh, this person doesn't say something the way my ex used to say it, that kind of thing. So just be aware of that and try to release some of those feelings so that it allows somebody new to come in for you. And this says, yes, I definitely do that. Compare those other guys. Yeah, to your ex. It's easy to do, so it doesn't surprise me that the angels brought that up. I think we all have a tendency to do that. I think we all have a tendency to feel like it's, that there are things out there that make us feel really good from a past relationship. Those are the things that make us want to go back to the relationship, right? And it's going to be up to you if you do that, because the second card that was pulled is a reconciliation card. So this could be either a reconciliation with your ex, or it could definitely, or literally be reconciliation with a family member. Maybe you've had a fight. It looks like a love interest to me if you look at the card really close. And it looks like a love interest. It looks like he's coming forward and you're kind of looking off in the distance that you really can't make a decision if that's what you want to do is reconcile. But he's more into it than you are, is what this is telling me. So I would say that I would pursue the people online. I would be careful, because you should always be careful when you're talking to people online. But get to know somebody really well before you actually go out on a date, is what I'm hearing. And I really feel like love is coming your way. So it could be reconciliation of a past love, or it could be somebody new coming. There's no way to say. It's going to be up to your angels to what they bring in. And they're not filling me in on that part. So I think they want you to have a little bit of fun and enjoy yourself talking to people online and so forth, and see what happens. But I think you will meet somebody for sure. And I see you happily married or happily with someone living together, or I see a happy road ahead for you romantically. So I would say if it's not your ex that you're getting back together again, somebody new may have a lot of the same qualities. Trust your judgment, though, if things come up, especially when you're online and you kind of get an odd feeling or a red flag gets sent up somehow, because I am hearing that there are a few people that you're talking to, or they may be coming up that you're going to be talking to, that aren't being completely honest with you. Okay. Your angels are telling me to pass that message on to you. So just be careful. Okay. Do I see marriage? I do absolutely see marriage for you. I do see a happy family is what I see. So I'm not sure if you already have children. Hi, Susie. Hold on one second and I'll get a message for you, hon. Okay. While you're waiting, you could subscribe below, Susie, and give me a thumbs up, and you can hit the notification bell so you can come on Sundays or whenever I do a live reading like this, you'll get notified. Sundays, I do mediumship readings. So I bring loved ones through who have crossed over. So I would love to have you there for that. Oh, you did? Awesome. Love to have you here. Welcome. So Princess Nee, does that make sense? That I do see marriage. I just am not 100% sure if it's somebody that you're going to meet, or if it could be your ex, because the reconciliation card is an interesting card to pull. That's from the angels for sure. Okay. Okay, Susie, you're next. Let's definitely see what kind of message you have. Do you have a question specific, or do you just want to find out if there's any kind of a message? You're so welcome. I'm so glad you're here, Princess. I hope you come back again and again. It's really nice to establish a family on here where I recognize names, because then you really get into the real good, deep readings, because I know what's happening in your lives, about your love life, Susie. Okay. So I'm going back to the romance cards then. Everybody is on romance today. So everybody must be feeling it's Friday afternoon. I don't have a date. What's going to happen over the weekend? I also, for you, feel like somebody's around you. They're like the third person who has asked about a romance today, but I feel like there's someone around you that loves you or cares for you. Are you in a relationship right now, Susie? Shuffling these cards for Susie. Get a message about her love life and her romance. No. Okay. You say that with such definitive answer. I will definitely see who's coming in for you. I do have somebody around you who cares for you, though. So I don't know if you've noticed or if you have a friend that possibly wants to be more than a friend that's around you, because I do see somebody. Your angels are showing me someone around you. Dark hair, glasses is who I'm seeing. But let me pull 2 cards for you in romance and see what I get. Does your ex have dark hair and glasses? Because if he does, then it could be him. And we are coming up on Mercury retrograde, which is a time when we do a lot of reconciliation or a lot of reconciling with a past lover or friend, loved one. So it could be the ex, but I'm going to pull cards as if it's not. How's that sound? So in case unless you're looking to get back with your ex, tell me that first. Are you looking to get back with your ex, or are you looking for a new relationship before I pull? Because I want the angels to give me the right answer for you. I don't want it. If you're looking to get back with your ex, that's great. Let me pull a card, see if that's going to happen. If you want someone new, I'll pull cards and see if that happens. Sorry about that. I thought I had turned off the sound. No new. Or no, not to. Which does that mean? The ex or somebody new? No new, you don't want anybody new. You want your old ex, or you want new. Okay, let's look for new then. Let's ask the romance cards for Susie. Let's see what we get for Susie in romance. Somebody new coming into her life. And these cards are done being shuffled. They're giving me a hard time. So let me go through them. I've shuffled them a lot today. I've had a lot of romance questions. And see what I get. First 2 cards here. With that, I'm drawn to. Interesting. Not the greatest of cards for romance. So I will pull another card. I got the separation card and I got the unrequited love card. So the separation card is definitely the ex, okay? And the unrequited love is probably the same. This could be why I'm seeing that there is someone around you loving you, because I do feel like if he hasn't wanted to get back to you, get back with you, that he's going to make his intentions known pretty soon. I think he does want to get back to you, but you've separated and you don't want him in your life. So let me pull 2 other cards, okay, for a new love for Susie. Interesting that he came up, though. Oh, interesting. Past life relationship. This is the nicest kind of relationship. It doesn't necessarily mean a twin flame. It doesn't necessarily mean a soulmate. But what it does mean is that there's someone that you knew in a past life that's going to come back into this life. You still have lessons to learn together. You still have things to work on together. You're very into each other, clearly, in this picture. So, but it also means that it's not like a dating scene. It's not like you'll go on a first date, then you'll go on a second date. It's more like someone introduces you, or you meet this person and you suddenly just click. It's like you've known them forever. That comfortableness, that comfortable feeling. And I'm hearing that you have had relationships like that before. So because your angels are telling me that, and that's the kind of relationship that's going to be coming in as well. Which is really nice. I have a timeline of 3 to 6 months on that. So maybe starting in 3 months and up to 6 months that this person will come in. And I have expressed your love. And they're adoringly looking at each other. So I think he's going to be as interested this time around as you are. I feel like you're both going to be giving 100% in this new relationship that's coming up. I don't feel like it's like your old relationship where that didn't happen. Okay. I feel like you gave so much more in the old relationship than this new one. Does the person you saw a white, does the person you saw white guy slime? I don't know what that means. I'm sorry if you can answer. Ask me. I did get the deception card, the separation, and the unrequited love card from your first ex that's left. In other words, that he's still interested, but I'm not sure what you're asking me. So if you want to be a little clearer, I'll ask your angels. Does the person you saw, do you mean, is the person white? And what's the slime mean? Like he's a player? Because I do feel like your ex was a player. And so let me know what it is you mean, and I'll be happy to answer your question. Brad, when will I come in contact with long lost family members? I feel like you have to do the work on that, Brad. I feel like you're going to have to go to Ancestry, or you're going to have to do some research or do some work. I don't feel like it's just going to fall in your lap. Susie, yes, he was. Yes, he was. Is he him that care or someone else? Yes, it's your past relationship, but I also feel like there's somebody new. Okay, so I feel like there's two new people actually that you will have a choice over. Okay, so open yourself up to love and try to let him go. Try not to hold on to the happy memories, because then it makes it harder to let go if you definitely want to do that. You always have free will. You can always go back with him if he comes into your life again over Mercury retrograde or during that Mercury retrograde time. You may want to take another look at it. But if you've already definitely made up your decision and you don't want him to come back, you want the new people to come in, then I would say just focus on the new people. And you will have two that will be coming forward. Okay. Okay, guys, I'm at an hour and almost an hour and a half here, so I'm going to let you go. I don't want him, but I thought he didn't care. He did care. And I think he cares more, especially because you're not around now. I think he realizes what he lost. So you kind of have the last hurrah there, the last laugh, so to speak, in that he really is missing you. So it wouldn't surprise me if he does try to contact you to come back. Okay, even though you don't want him, he may just try to saddle up next to you for a little bit. So that's a choice you're going to have to make. If you choose to definitely let him go, once he does come forward, then there are two other people the angels will be bringing in for you to choose from. Okay, Susie, thank you so much. He can go. Okay, we're gonna push him out. So what you want to manifest then is good, Brad. I hope you come and check it out before Sunday. Share this with other people. Go to my website, which is linked down below, northernlights.one. Check out what's offered on my website. And I'll be happy to see you on Sunday. New love and healing, definitely. Getting rid of your ex and healing your heart chakra is important, so that you only think of him in a positive way. A lot of people say, how can you be positive with an ex? Well, if you forgive them, that's the best way for you to be positive, right? If you forgive what they did, because holding on to that only hurts you, right? You don't want to bring that baggage into a new relationship. So just manifest new love and healing, and it will come your way, which is awesome. That's perfect, Susie. Good for you. That's hard to do. You're being the better person, so good for you. I'm so glad you all came today. I'm so glad we had a chance to chat and answer some questions. And like I said, anything you can do to give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment below if you enjoyed the readings. And I always answer all the comments. And it really means a lot to me that you came today. So thank you so much. I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and I'll be back tomorrow with the regular daily reads. Take care, everyone. Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you, hon. I look forward to it. Thank you, Susie. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.